goody with you all today? My name is RayGVT, and today we're surfing the Cynet for the best cards to use if you want to play a Cyberse and Code Talker themed deck. So last time we took a look at my top 5 card recommendations for your main deck if you're looking for a Cyberse Code Talker deck, and today we're jumping into the extra deck and counting down the top 5 extra deck cards that will supercharge your Cyberse deck. Whether you're here for control, combos, or OTKs, these cards are amazing for any Cyberse strategy. I apologize that it's been a bit since this video and the last, but we're here to make it happen. Let's get into it. Starting off at number 5 is the iconic Firewall Dragon. This card has an incredible ability to bounce back monsters on the field equal to the number of monsters co-linked to this card. This is great for taking care of problems on your opponent's field without destroying them, as it simply returns the cards to the hand. It's a great disruptor. Additionally, if a monster this card points to is destroyed by battle or sent to the graveyard, you can special summon one Cyberse monster from your hand. This is great for keeping your combos going and keeping your field occupied. I think this card is excellent for the Code Talker strategy, as it's the perfect centerpiece when you're aiming for that full U-Lock extra link play. Firewall Dragon's versatility and synergy with other Cyberse monsters makes it an amazing addition to your extra deck. It can support both offensive and defensive strategies, making it a reliable choice for Cyberse duelists. At number 4, we have Link Decoder. This card is just an overall better version of the original Code Talker monster, which I used to use a lot to start off my combos. If it's sent to the grave as material for a Cyberse Link monster with 2300 or more original attack, you can special it back to the field but banish it when it leaves the field. It's a very simple effect, but it allows you to do so much by bringing itself back, which keeps the door open for additional plays. Coming in at number 3 is Splash Mage. Simple yet effective, this card lets you target a Cyberse monster in your graveyard and special summon it. This ability makes it a go-to combo extender in Cyberse decks. Splash Mage is key for setting up more powerful link plays, as it easily brings back monsters to give you additional materials. For anyone looking to link climb or reach high link ratings, Splash Mage is the perfect card to get you there. In the number 2 spot, we have Transcode Talker. When co-linked, it provides an attack boost to all linked monsters and allows you to revive a link 3 or lower Cyberse monster from your graveyard. This card is great for setting up powerful co-link combos, and it works great with cards like Accesscode Talker to go for an OTK. Transcode Talker's ability to recycle monsters and power up your field makes it an invaluable part of the Cyberse extra deck. It's usually one of the first monsters that you're getting out from your extra deck, and once he's on the field, you're pretty much set to go all the way. And finally, taking the number 1 spot, it's Accesscode Talker. Surprise, surprise. This card is a genuine game changer. Not only does it gain a massive attack boost based on the link rating of the monsters used for its summon, but it also allows you to banish link monsters from the grave to destroy your opponent's cards. And the best part, your opponent can't respond. Accesscode Talker is the ultimate finisher, allowing you to clear the board and deliver game-ending damage. For Cyberse duelists looking for an unstoppable boss monster, Accesscode Talker is the top choice. It's versatile, powerful, and one of the best cards to close out a duel. It's used in many different decks outside its own archetype of Code Talker because it's just so good. It's no wonder he's in virtually every deck. But I feel like the Cynet is just where he belongs. He's my favorite boss monster in the whole game, and he rightfully earns the number 1 spot. And there you have it, my top 5 best Cyberse extra deck card recommendations. From combo extenders to powerful finishes, these are some powerful cards to consider for anyone that wants to run a Cyberse or Code Talker themed deck. Now, just as we did last time, I want to run over a few runner-ups and honorable mentions. Because there's just so many Cyberse extra deck cards to choose from, even within just the Code Talker field, putting this list together was a little harder than before. First in, we have the Synchro Powerhouse with Cyberse Quantum Dragon. This card provides incredible protection by forcing your opponent to only target it for attacks, while keeping your other monsters safe. And when it battles, it can return an opponent's monster to the hand, so it just bounces the card right back to the opponent's hand. Cyberse Quantum Dragon offers both control and protection, allowing you to control the battlefield by forcing your opponent to target it for attacks and disrupt your opponent's strategy. It's a perfect addition for Cyberse decks looking to go on the offensive while keeping key cards safe. Actually, I want to cheat and go ahead and put all the primary Cyberse dragons on the spot too, because they all do have their uses. I just find that Quantum Dragon is the one that I find myself going to the most, right next to Clock Dragon. Next up is Update Jammer. This card is the definition of disruption. It literally turns off your opponent's monsters during the battle phase if your Cyberse monster battles. It negates all other card effects on the field until the end of the damage step, and damage calculation uses each monster's original attack and defense, so it cancels any additional boosts applied. And if an opponent's monster is destroyed and sent to the grave, you can just inflict 1000 damage to your opponent. And finally, if it's sent to the grave as a link material, that link monster can make a second attack during each battle phase that turn. It can fly under the radar sometimes, but this card is very helpful. Next in is Decode Talker Heat Soul. This card is incredible for any Code Talker deck build. It gains 500 attack for each monster that it points to, and as a quick effect, you can pay 1000 life points to draw one card. Then, if your life points reach 2000 or less, you can apply the following effect. Banish this card from the field, and if you do, special summon one Link 3 or lower Cyberse monster from your extra deck, except another Heat Soul. So it can tag itself out into another useful Link 3 or lower monster to keep your plays going very nicely. It brings some good heat to the whole deck, and this card is just so good. I'm also gonna go ahead and add Accesscode Talker here right beside him, because it's just a much better version of the original Decode Talker. This guy is supposed to be set up underneath Firewall Dragon Singularity. If you control a Firewall Link monster, you can revive this card from your grave by banishing monsters that equal Link 3 or higher. This not only keeps our Firewall safe, but it always leaves a way for us to have some protection even when it's off field. And even when it does leave the field, we can use the effect of our Singularity to bring it back from the grave so it stays on the field as much as possible. And speaking of, finally, I'm gonna go ahead and add one of the newest bosses in the Code Talker strategy, and that's Firewall Dragon Singularity. As if I was gonna leave it off the list. This card is incredible. You can target cards your opponent controls or in their grave up to the number of different card types that you control and in your grave, so that's Ritual, Fusion, Synchro, and Xyz, and then return them to the hand. This card also gains 500 attack for each card returned. Additionally, if a monster this card points to is destroyed by battle or sent to the grave, you can target one Cyberse monster in your grave and special summon it. This is all once per turn. It's also got a monster reborn effect. When a card it points to is destroyed, you can special summon a Cyberse monster from your grave. This card, when set up and played right, is a game winner on its own. It's so cool. For those who thought that I wouldn't put this guy somewhere on the list in favor of the original Firewall Dragon, I just find that the original is better to get your basic lockdown with it at the center, because it's just easier to get on the field. And I'd actually go ahead and put Firewall Dragon Dark Fluid Neo Tempest Terahertz on here as well, because the disruptions that it's able to put up along with the crazy power boost it gets is just insane. So there you have it, all my top extra deck recommendations if you're looking to build a Cyberse or Code Talker themed deck. Let me know what other cards you guys would recommend yourselves too, and share some tech. There's a lot of sleepers in the Cyberse category, but these I find are your main keys. I apologize again for the time between the last video and this one. I went away on holiday and I ended up extending my holiday stay, which put things on a standstill for a bit, but we back up, so I'll see you guys again soon in the duel arena.